Are you sitting comfortably? Are you sitting comfortably? Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin.
And now for something completely different.
What is happening, Dreamwalkers, brothers, sisters, friends on the internet, connected through quantum entangled data packets? Thanks for joining me for another session of Decoding My Dreams. This is episode 10. Kind of excited about that. That seems like a small milestone. After I did the first, I decided I should at least do a second, and seemed like after I did a second, I did a few more, and I thought, well, 10 would be a pretty good milestone. If I could hit 10, that might be alright, and we'll see where it goes from here. It's been a few days since my last update. I've still been dreaming like a fiend, but it's been hard to really catch anything of any significance that isn't sort of the same old themes repeating over and over. I've been laying a little bit low lately, not gonna lie. I've been perhaps overindulging in some of the doom scrolling fear porn of the day. There's a lot of negative energy out there, and sometimes you need to consume the darkness in order to understand it a little bit better. But if you've been able to stay out of the news and vibrate at a higher level, I certainly applaud your tenacity, and we should all be, if we find ourselves lingering in fear and hate and anger for too long, it's definitely time to step outside, get into nature, ground it out, hug something that you love, live in love, find gratitude. And it's those simple pleasures that what life is really worth living. Find that love and live in it. Spread it. So that's my thought for the day. When we transform the fear and anger into love and gratitude and abundance, we spread that like a virus, but it's like a reverse virus. And that's how we beat them. We beat them with love. I know it sounds cheesy, but that's how we do it. Don't succumb to the fear, people. That's my message for the day. It's been intense. There's been a lot of planetary action, solar influence, geomagnetic storms. It's been intense lately. We've got volcanoes, perhaps new volcanoes forming, ready to pop off, earthquakes going off everywhere, which it almost seems like pathetic fallacy for the geomagnetic political tensions that are following. And if you are in a geologically active or politically active area for that matter, I hope that you're able to see the signs, watch what's going on, and make sure that you have a safe place for you and your loved ones, family and friends. I believe that we've kind of hit peak madness for the week. Astrological signs seem to sort of suggest that we're going to have a bit of a slowdown in intensity of energy, and hopefully things will be a little more chill this weekend into the next week or so before we get our next wave of mad influences. But we still don't know what the sun's up to, and we don't know what could pop off in terms of volcanoes, tsunamis, earthquakes. So buckle up for that. So circling back to the one dream I talked about last week with it was a bear that I came across, a brown bear that I came across in a park, sleeping in the grass. I feel like this ended up, I did have a few minor hits on this that I would classify it under my precognition category. It was funny, right after I posted this, the last episode talking about the bear, I went online, and on Instagram in my feed, the first thing I saw was a thread about spirit bears of the great Northwest Pacific rainforest. different color bear, but when you compare the two images here, like even though I was showing a brown bear, it's funny how light it looks in comparison to the spirit bear. He's not sleeping in long grass. He's hanging out in some moss and looks like he's having a nice snack. But I had an instant bing on that. I thought it was funny that that was sort of the first thing I saw after speaking about this bear dream. And then there ended up being one more minor hit on that. I was pulling a tarot card for a friend, and I pulled the Great Bear card, and I just laughed right away because, like, well, I'm sure this is for my friend, but it's also connecting to a greater thread that has been going on in my head, so that's all kind of interesting. I'm not sure if I've seen the last of the bear yet or not, but TBD. What else is going on? It is full moon. It's a big full moon. This is seems like a very significant full moon. I feel like a lot of things are having light shed on them, a lot of dark corners and secrets are being revealed, dark spaces are being lit up. Seems like an especially illuminating full moon. Maybe you're seeing it. We did have a big snowstorm last night, so I ended up spending the bulk of last night shoveling just to keep up on it. So I wasn't able to do my normal full moon rituals, but generally what I feel and what they say is that the full moon is sort of a 3-day period. Yeah, it peaks right at the hour of the full moon, but the day before and day after, the full moon energies are still quite strong. So if you're moon ritual minded, you're still well within range, I would say. So I did my full moon soak tonight. I might just talk a little bit about what I do. Maybe it helps somebody else out there. But I find a salt bath is just a really good time to isolate, cut off, tune in, tune out, get downloads. My usual method, I usually like to incorporate a mushroom microdose. So I had a little, I'm not sure what my microdose was tonight. I made them up a long time ago. I think it was probably, the strain was probably Hillbilly. It's a great strain. So I had my microdose. I prepare my bath water with, if I can, I usually like to do half Epsom salt and half pink Himalayan sea salt. In the mixture you get a lot of different minerals and good activation of the water. Tonight I ended up using some plain Epsom salt. I had some lavender infused Epsom salt and some eucalyptus infused Epsom salt. I don't think I like the infused salt so much. I think I'd rather add my own oils, but sort of working with what I had left. So I add that to a nice warm bath. I added some fresh lavender sprigs from my plant, some lavender flowers, and about 100 milligrams of some cannabis oil that I made. I find that just creates an electric water, just something about the fusion of the plant medicine and the salts. It just really works. I make my own oil, so it's not really a big deal to throw that in. If you're buying from a dispensary, maybe that's not the best use of your expensive cannabis oil, but I would definitely recommend trying a cannabis infused bath bomb. You might be surprised what value it adds to your bath, and you're not going to get a psychoactive effect as much as it's just a nice tingly body buzz. So yeah, I do the, so this is my mixture for the bath water. I light a couple candles, I light an incense to sort of, I like to call in my guides, spirit guides, ancestors, anyone that I might be looking for messages of. Usually I have an intention of looking for messages of wisdom, messages of healing, asking for wishes of healing. Sort of have a few things in mind of what I want to accomplish. and then I head into the bath. I usually put some music on, some sort of journey music. Try to aim for an hour and see where I drift off to. I try to start with some deep, relaxing breaths. I imagine that I'm sort of growing roots deep into the core of the earth, so that as I am breathing in the light of the moon, bright rainbow colored light from the moon, it's charging my chakras when I breathe in the bright light. But as I breathe out, I'm breathing out dark mist, dark smoke, and that's going down my roots deep into the earth. As my dark smoke goes down into the core of the earth, it gets burned, consumed, and that energy then comes back up through the earth, out into the atmosphere, and circles back from above down through my crown chakra to sort of create a full circle of energy movement, energy recycling, sharing with the Mother Earth. So once I kind of get my breathing and I'm trying to relax more with each breath to really get into a relaxed state. Ideally, at this point, you can kind of gain a little more control over your mind, and you can start to head into a more of a vision state and receive downloads. I've found lately just the intensity of what's been going on lately. I can get down to maybe 2 or 3 thoughts and then juggle those. I'm really having a hard time finding the singularity lately, but at the very least, finding a deep state of relaxation and helping to organize a few interesting thoughts and ideas. And then it sets you up for the days to come. I think a clear mind and an open channel is that much better to receive source and act on it. Is that enough enough woo there for you? Hope you had a good full moon. Do what you gotta do. One dream that I thought I might worth mentioning, just because you never know where these go sometimes. I'm calling it the man with the fake mustache. So it was weird. It was one of my regular dreams. I was trying to work my way out of a building. Usually I have these elaborate routes for getting out of these strange buildings, and you have to move around this way and step over this thing and slip under that thing, and there's a little cupboard that you can open up and crawl through. There are always these quite elaborate things, and that may be metaphorical of me being one tipped tray of seedlings away from a disaster at all times, precarious to the point of insanity at times, but this is how we do. But yeah, so I was in working my way through this building. I was in this hallway, and it was a friend of mine. I've known him from a long time ago, and he was walking up to me in the hallway. Sorry. And he had what was ridiculous though is he had a fake mustache, and it wasn't just a fake mustache. It was like the hair was so long on it, it was like a mullet of mustaches, and it just looked so ridiculous. But I was encouraging him to put it on. I think he was shy about wearing his fake mustache, and he was like, no, go ahead, put it on. It's cool. And I remember he was trying to put it on, and it was falling off, and just trying to, go for it. But it's sort of a weird thing. But where that sort of comes from is it was fragments. A couple of days before, I had watched an episode of Arrested Development, and it was their lawyer. He had alopecia, and he had trouble keeping his eyebrows on, and throughout the episode his eyebrows kept falling off. So it was very much a transition of that symbol. Instead of an eyebrow, it was a big bushy mustache. Why was he wearing a fake mustache? I don't know. He wasn't unable to grow his own mustache. I had seen him, my friend of mine, I had seen him pop up in a Facebook post a couple of days ago, so he was fresh in my mind. So I think the symbol of him with the Arrested Development falling off eyebrows created this, what I call a daily artifact, dream symbols of a friend in the fake mustache. I don't know what exactly that means. I don't know who the man in the mustache is. Is somebody trying to hide behind a fake mustache? Was he trying to cover up something? I don't know. To be revealed, I suspect. Wouldn't be surprised if I see some weird mustache coincidences after this video. Yeah, I think I've probably blathered on plenty long now for a video I wasn't planning on saying much. I hear a annoying buzz. For some reason my laptop is making a weird buzz, so I hope that's not coming through too badly. That's it. Enjoy your weekend. Piece of peace for you, a piece of peace for me, a piece of peace for every peaceful person that I meet. And until next time.
I'm only sleeping.